We continue our bulletin here tonight. The Board of Healthcare Funders is one of the bodies then to join in the critique of the leadership of the Council for Medical Schemes. It says the debate around the proposals to end low-cost medical aid options, that is, continues. The Council has come under intense fire in recent months. Many believe the move will lock out low-income households and force them to use an already overburdened state hospital system. Well, let's discuss this further. We're joined by Charlton Murove. He's the head of research at the Board of Healthcare Funders. Charlton, good evening. Thank you so much for your time. Before we get into the specifics that perhaps you would want to raise with the decision by the medical council, that is, speak to us about some of the issues that you have identified, and are you joining this boycott that has been called by the Healthcare Stakeholders Forum?
Thank you, Cathy, for having me, and good evening, viewers. So, yeah, we are not part of the boycott. It doesn't necessarily mean that we don't share some of their sentiments. We are an industry body for medical schemes, and we are there precisely to engage. So we would not really take any opportunity to engage on such an important issue. But the type of engagement obviously will be pointed and will be meant to actually resolve the issues rather than boycott.
What's really wrong here? What has the Council for Medical Schemes done that you simply don't think was appropriate?
Yeah, so there are many things which are wrong. First of all, most of the noise started after they released Circular 80 and 82. These circulars aimed to discontinue existing exemptions that are granted to the demarcation products, which are insurance companies who are offering products like healthcare. Then the circular also went on to take away exemptions from what are known as bargaining council schemes. And these schemes have been in existence for a long time, but they serve a low-cost market, and the members of those schemes cannot afford full medical aid cover. So the Council for Medical Schemes has been granting these exemptions over a long time, but the circular is saying we're taking that away. And then I think the major bone of contention is after the Council says that they are taking away the demarcation products, where you have about 500,000, at least 500,000 beneficiaries covered by these products. They are not providing an alternative, which would be the then low-cost benefit option. The low-cost benefit option was agreed in principle in 2017, and the Council has gone against the agreement to say when you stop the demarcation products, then you should allow low-cost benefit options on medical schemes so that there's a smooth transition to ensure that the 500,000 people covered by the insurance products are actually moved into the medical schemes environment. So as it stands, the reason why the healthcare stakeholders are boycotting is you can have engagement, but if the circular still stands and it says that from the 31st of March in 2021, there will be no more low-cost benefit options, there will be no more demarcation, then the question is, why are you engaging? What are you trying to achieve from the engagement? And so the problem really is clear direction.
One of the things that the head of the Medical Schemes Council last night, Dr. Sipho, told us was that they are in fact in a transitional phase where they want to take these products from the insurance and have them transition into the medical schemes and fall under the medical schemes. Do you have reason to doubt that that is in fact what will happen?
So what he says and what has been written down are two different things, which makes it difficult for people to actually plan ahead. Because the circular, as it stands, it says there will be no low-cost benefit option. And what he says on national TV is he wants to transition. He needs to explain to people how is he going to do the transition. Then let's look at it in a practical way. We have 12 months between now and the deadline. And in that time, he wants to transition these lives. Currently, the medical schemes are not offering low-cost benefit options. There's nothing. So within 12 months, we are supposed to believe that there will be a new package for schemes which goes against the circular which he has published, and then this will be running, and then it will allow for the smooth transition from members from the demarcation products to the medical schemes. So if you look at the timelines on its own, it doesn't make sense. It cannot be an exercise where you switch off one product and you switch on another. I mean, you would, obviously should allow for a time where these products exist in parallel, and then you don't compromise the people who are covered currently.
And what about the critique that has been offered again from the council on these products, saying, in fact, yes, many people, you know, are subscribing to these products, but the offering that they have is simply not good enough, and that these people end up in public state hospitals and state doctors anyway. So effectively they're almost cutting the process short and removing the middleman.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how to respond, because if something is broken, you don't stop it, you fix it. And as the regulator, they have the power to exercise oversight over the products to make them better. Secondly, if they stop it, the thing that they are saying that the beneficiaries will end up going to state hospitals, they will go to state hospitals. So it doesn't solve any problem. And then the same critique he gave was published in a research report, which was part of Circular 82. And that report says that, well, these products actually perform better when they are in medical schemes, right? So if they do perform better while they're in medical schemes, why are you not allowing the members to be transitioned into medical schemes? Because that circular is saying we are not going to allow
and what about
low-cost in medical schemes.
The reason that has been given that part of this is all leading us to the national health insurance, that ultimately these are some of the steps that need to be taken to ensure that NHI can be effectively rolled out in the country?
I think it also is irrational. Because when you take away cover from these people, you are going to have them going to state facilities. That will put more pressure on the overburdened state facilities. I think if you look at the state of our economy, if people are willing to contribute something towards their health care, you'd rather have them contribute and receive health care rather than take away voluntary funding because you want to provide the funding as the state. We know we are in difficult times as a country in terms of finances. So again, that logic does not really make sense. I don't see how it benefits NHI to take away the voluntary contributions towards health care.
The consequences of the decision-making here are vast, and one would think that the council would have thought long and hard about what its implications would be. What do you think is driving the decision-making right now?
Yeah, so I think we have thought long and hard. A lot of people have tried to think long and hard to find the rationale for the decisions. I think the answer is I cannot find any reason. I don't think there is any rationale behind the decision. I think it was reactive. And what you find with a lot of regulatory bodies, they do what is known as signposting. When they make big decisions, they prepare the market, they prepare the people they are regulating, they consult. Circular 80 was published before consultation. Now, these task teams that have been formed, it's after the event, and they are not even saying that they're going to backtrack on the first decision, which is Circular 80. So it makes it difficult to even believe what's going to come out of the engagement, because the path going forward has not been clearly laid out as to what you want to do, how you want to achieve it, and then you would then have consultation in terms of what's the best way to get there with the industry. So consultation has really been lacking on their part.
Of course, the Healthcare Stakeholders Forum has made it very clear that they believe that Dr. Kubane is part of the problem here. He was the man who broke it, so he certainly